Play Your TBR Right is back. Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. Today I am doing my April TBR. So if this is your first Play Your TBR Right game, this is a TBR game that I based off of the British game show Play Your Cards Right, as well as TBR games on BookTube like Cody's Wheel of TBR and Becca's Bookopoly. I need to be really careful with this. And it's a game I pretty much play every month, apart from last month because I had the month off. And I've missed it. I've missed it so much. I've missed playing this game. I miss how stressed this game makes me, but also how much fun I have doing it as well. So I'm just ready for it to be back. And we're coming back in style. We have ourselves a strawberry daiquiri. I feel like this is probably my brand now because it's all I can make cocktail-wise. It looks a little bit watery. I don't think I made it quite right. I've never gotten it perfect, but it still tastes the same. It still tastes amazing, and that's all that matters. I am a bit worried about having this around books, though, is the thing. I was really inspired by Maddie from Book Browsing Blog to premiere this video, this TBR video, so that you guys can kind of play along in the live chat. So let me know in the live chat if you are playing along, and I cannot wait to see you guys do better at this game than me. So just a quick rundown of the rules if you are new to the game. This is a game where I pit two books against each other, one book that I'd really love to read, and one book that I wouldn't really like to read as much, or not want to read at all. And I put 5 cards between them, and I have to get from one side to the other and guess higher or lower than the card next to it when I turn those cards over. An ace is a 1 in my game, it's the lowest card, and we go all the way up to a king, which is the highest card. Now we do have jokers, and they are wild cards, and if I get a joker, it makes it the highest and the lowest card on the deck, so either way, I can't get it wrong when I get to a joker. I do get 1 life, and I also can swap once during a game if I don't like the look of a card. If I get 2 cards the same, I have to reshuffle the deck and then guess higher or lower than that card. I have been tallying up every time I win and lose, and if I get to 20 overall wins, I get to wipe the slate clean and give myself a reward. But if I get to 20 losses first, then I have to play the punishment pyramid, which is a huge pyramid that I played back in December, the last time I lost, and it's really fun, but also the most stressful thing I've ever done. I play 4 games live with my patrons, and then I play the 4 games in this main TBR game. That might be it for the rules. I might have forgotten something. I always do. The only readathon that I actually know about in April is the Readathon, which is hosted by Jade from JD Ray Reads. That one is going to be on Saturday, April 3rd, and it's going to be a 24-hour readathon, and you can just read whatever you want. I'm in a bit of a dilemma here because I want to pick books up, but I don't want to put this down. So before I start playing, I will tell you all of the books I need to read for book clubs, any buddy reads that I have going on, as well as the Play Your TBR Right live that I play with my patrons and how that went, because I do play 4 rounds with my patrons. And, I mean, not to spoil anything, but I can tell this game is super pissed at me for not playing this game last month. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm expecting chaos, because there was chaos in the Patreon live show for that, honestly. The first book club book is for Middle Grade Monthly, and that is The Witch's Boy by Kelly Barnhill. I host Middle Grade Monthly with Jade from JD Ray Reads and Pris, who is on Twitter. This one follows Ned, and he lives with his mother, who is a magic keeper in his little village. And one day, this king comes along, and magic ends up spilling out of the store, and he has to try and fix that. The less I know about this, the better, but you know what? To me, that sounds enticing just as it is. This is from the same author as The Girl Who Drank the Moon, a book that I genuinely adore, so I think this one is going to be just as magical, just as lyrical as The Girl Who Drank the Moon. For my Patreon book club, we have been reading the Song of the Lioness series, and we are on to the final book in that series for April, and that is The Lioness Rampant by Tamora P.S. This series follows a young girl who wants more than anything to be a knight, but because she is a girl, she's not allowed to. However, she dresses up as her brother so that she can go and live in a king's castle and train to be a knight. That's pretty much the Cliff Notes version of it. There's so much more to it. It's very swords and sorcery, but I have mentioned the series in every TBR video this year because it is for my Patreon book club. I guess you don't really need to know too much more about it. Another book I would love to get to, but I'm not too sure if I will, and that is House of Leaves by Mark C. Danielowski, and this is for the Literally Dead book club, which is hosted by Kayla from Books and Lala. I've seen this for a while, and I've been really interested in it because of its mixed media format. It looks so bizarre, but also I've heard some great things about it if you're like really patient and you don't mind the kind of slog that it could end up potentially being. All I know is that it follows a tattoo artist who comes across a notebook by somebody who's died. And that's the mystery. For the Touch of Wednesday Book Club, I will be reading The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett. This one is being hosted by Lexi from Alexandra Roslin and Kaylin from Kaylin Abridged. They have asked myself and Desi from Darling Desi to be part of this live show for it. I'm not 100% sure when the live show for this will be. It might end up being at the start of May, but I would like to get to this month so that I can read it for that book club. I will be part of the live show. It'll be so fun. I think there's going to be like some kind of tea party thing going on, which, you know, I'm always there for. I've never read this before. It is a children's classic, but it does follow a young girl called Mary Lennox, and I think she is sent to live with her uncle in England, and she comes across a secret garden. I could be wrong, but I've never read this before, and I've never seen an adaptation of it before either, so yeah. Finally, for the kind of buddy reads and book club things that I'm doing, I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm reading Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight, and honestly, I don't want to know what this is about. I was just on a live show with Mel from Mel Reads, Jaleesa from Bounded and Bookmarked, and Olivia from Olivia Reads a Laddie, and Liv mentioned something about there being a knife scene, and we ended up Googling it, and it's the most horrific thing I've ever read, and that's just from the summary. So we decided to buddy read it in April. I think we're doing a live show on the night of Friday, April 2nd. We're going to have cocktails, going to get my strawberry daiquiris out. This is the most random buddy read I've ever been part of, and we haven't even started it yet. So those are all the book clubs and the buddy reads I want to do. There is one other book that I would love to do and read in April for a video idea, and that is The Wreck of the Titan by Morgan Robertson. This came out in 1896, I think it was, which was, why do I always struggle with this, 16 years before the Titanic sunk, and this creepily has the exact same kind of ship. The ship's called the Titan in this. It strikes an iceberg in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and yet this was written 16 years prior to the Titanic disaster. So I really wanted to read this to see where, I don't know, like, where did it predict and how did it come about and all of that. So I think that would be a really cool video idea. I mentioned this sometime last year and totally forgot to do it. So I'm definitely going to do it in April because it is the anniversary of the Titanic sinking in April. So I think it's just like the perfect time to read it. It's extremely short, so I don't think it'll take me too long to get through. So yeah, I definitely want to read this one too. And finally, a book that I'm putting on this TBR because I have been promised that it could potentially come during April, and it's a book that I begged and pleaded for, but I will be getting Empire of the Vampire by J. Christoph. I'm putting it on this TBR because I always end up filling my TBR too much, to the point where I never get a chance to go to my ARCs or my proof copies in time. But it does come out on the 7th of September 2021. It's set in a place where there has been no sunrise for 27 years. So for nearly 3 decades, vampires have waged war against humanity. So that's pretty much all I know about it. I'm just really excited for it. I'm an absolute twat, I know. So to get into the Play Your TBR Right games then, I will go through the 4 rounds that I played with my patrons and the number of wins and losses that I suffered during that game. So we might as well start the tally. I will put my wins and losses so far in the bottom corner. So the first round was between A Glass House of Stars by Shirley Marr and The Revenant by Michael Punke. Or Punk, I don't know how to pronounce it. In fact, I should just look it up. Hey, fancy that, I have Google. But we did end up losing this round, so I am ending up reading The Revenant by Michael Punk. The reason I didn't really want to read this one was because I've seen the film, and while it was very well acted, Leo definitely deserved the Oscar for it, the only part I remember is the bear scene, and I just think this is going to bore me, but I could be wrong. It is on my physical TBR. I do need to read it at some point, so it's not too much of a loss. I just think I'm going to be bored. So the next round was between Hawklights by Tim Tilley and Nevernight by J. Christoph, and this was the book that I really wanted to read. This is the book that I didn't really want to read. It's too dense for me right now, and I just wanted more middle grade on my TBR, but we lost again, and we are reading Nevernight by J. Christoph, and I'm not 100% mad about it, but I kind of am a little bit as well. There are footnotes in this that scares me, and I do know that this follows Mia, and she is training to be an assassin, I think. Yeah, she must have to prove herself as an assassin, and I know this is another popular book on BookTube I've never gotten to before, and it's some of my, friends' favourites, so I'm potentially getting to 2 J. Christoph books in 1 month. And then we played Threadneedle by Carrie Thomas versus The Dead Zone by Stephen King. Now, this is the book that I really wanted to read, and this is the book that I did not want to read. Can you guess which one I'm reading? We won! We actually won, but it took a life and a swap for me to win this. And this is a proof that comes out in May, and this is set in a world where magic is seen as a sin. Our main character, she has an aunt. She's repulsed by magic and she wants it to be banished. So our main protagonist is having this ceremony to get rid of her magic. However, Anna, who is the main character, she meets two characters who shows her all of London and like all of the things that magic has to offer. But then Anna starts to think that maybe magic should be banished. I'm really interested by it. I'm so happy I'm going to read it. It is chunky, but I don't mind it when I'm genuinely so excited to read it. So this is on my TBR. We won one. We finally won one with my patrons. Well done. Well done. And the last round I played with my patrons was between A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, which I've been reading for 2 years and haven't finished it yet. And yet I give Cody shit for not finishing The Count of Monte Cristo. I mean, who am I? And then I pulled out The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. And now I know this is a lot of people's favourites. However, I really did not like The Starless Sea. And we lost. We lost again. We lost 3 rounds, so I'm reading The Night Circus. I have heard that people who didn't like The Starless Sea do like The Night Circus. So I've got hopes. I've got hopes and dreams. But again, it's like it wasn't something that I really wanted to read in April. I think this is just about a circus that pops up out of nowhere, and it's magical and whimsical. So that is all the housekeeping. I don't know how long that took, but let's get into the main game. Are we ready? Are we ready for a bit of Play Your TBR, right? Because I'm not. After we lost 3 games spectacularly, we lost spectacularly in the Patreon live show. I cannot tell you. I'm dreading this. I am dreading this. I do keep the cards that we played with discarded for the rest of the game, so I will only be playing with the cards that we did not yet play with, which are here. The first round is going to be between King and the Dragonflies by Kirsten Calendar, and this one was a lot of people's favourite middle grade books of 2020, and I know what you're thinking, like, why have I not read this yet? People said that on my A to Z of middle grade book recommendations when I mentioned this as on my TBR, and it's kind of why I put it on the April TBR. I am so excited to read this, by the way, but that video did push me to bump it up my TBR. So all I know about this is that it follows a young boy called King, and he doesn't believe that his brother is dead. Instead, he thinks that his brother has turned into a dragonfly, and it's a story about grief. It has made people cry. I'm so excited, and that's all I know about it. So let's pick from the bag what book will be against it, and I need more middle grade books on this TBR. So let's see what I'm reading against. Okay. The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock. I have been trying to read more literary this year, and it hasn't really panned out very well for me so far. So I really do not want another kind of literary book. I already have The Revenant. So this one is set in 1785, and all I know about it is that it is about a sailor who buys a mermaid, and gossip spreads throughout like the little village. I think it opens the mermaid up to high society. It does sound really good. It does. It's literary, and it's not a genre I gravitate towards. I'm a bit hesitant to read this one, and I do want a middle grade on this TBR, so that is what I want to read. So before I shuffle the cards, I'm going to have a drink of courage. Let's play this game. Oh my gosh, it's been over a month. I have missed it. I have missed this game so much until this moment. Cards are shuffled. Okay, we are starting off with a king. Nice and high. Nice and high. That is not too bad, not too shabby whatsoever. So I'm going to say lower than a king. And if you're watching this during the premiere, then honestly shout higher, lower in the live chat. Let's see what it is. But I'm saying lower. It's a jack. Okay, brilliant. So it is lower. And it's still quite high. There is a chance that it could be higher, but I'm going to say lower. I will say lower as well. A 1! Oh my god, amazing! Okay, it's an ace. An ace is a 1 in my game, so higher. I'm going higher than an ace. And it is a 4! Okay, that's still quite low. That's not too bad. Again, still a chance of it being lower, but I will say higher. The odds are hopefully in my favour. The odds are hopefully in my favour. I do have more of this, by the way. This isn't the last of it. Okay, I'm saying higher than a 4. Man, okay, it's the same card, which means I'm going to have to shuffle and guess higher or lower. Okay. God, it's the last bit. So, I'm going to say higher again. I'm going to say higher than a 4. So, it is... a 7! Yay! I won! I won! Okay, I won. Oh god, thank god. I get to read King and the Dragonflies! Yay! Oh, I'm so happy about that. I do believe I'm at 19 overall wins now and 8 overall losses. So since I'm in the middle of a game, I'm not going to wipe the slate clean until the next round. So, I mean, I might lose the next 3 rounds. Have I just jinxed it? Look at that. Can you see that big lump? I think that's ice. Oh, and another one. I obviously didn't blend it very well. So next I want to read Bridge of Souls by Victoria Schwab. This is the 3rd book in the Cassidy Blake series. This one is set in New Orleans and Cassidy is a young girl who can see ghosts. So I did enjoy the first 2, but I think this one could be the best of the bunch. So that's the book I want to read. Now for the book that I don't really want to read. The thing is though, I have like full series in here as well. So it's not like it could just be 1 book in here, it could be 7. Okay. But I can't put all of them on the bookshelf. So we're just going to have the first one to represent all 10 books in the Demon Artist series. Fucking hell. So guys, I've decided to have another month off of Play or TBR, right? I'm joking. Okay, like, let's play this round. Oh my god. Oh my god. 10 books? I'm literally shaking. Okay. The first card is a 2. Okay, that's a great start. That is a great start. Okay, 2. And remember, I can swap once per game, and I do have a life. Okay, I'm saying higher than a 2, but oh my god, I'm sweating. I am sweating. Higher than a 2. Higher than a 2. Queen. Okay, it's a queen. Okay, I can work with that. It's a queen. I can deal with the queen. Okay, I'm gonna say lower. I'm gonna say lower than a queen. Oh, but what if it's a king? Please be a joker. Okay, lower than a queen. It is a 10. Oh my god. Ooh, okay. Higher or lower than a 10. Again, this could go either way. Higher or lower than a 10. Higher or lower than a 10. Good instinct is saying lower, but my good instinct is wrong 90% of the time. I do have a life. Or I could swap. I do get one. No, what if it's what if it first? Okay, I'm gonna swap. Yeah, I think I'm gonna swap. Wait, where's the cards? I think I'm gonna swap. Right, I think I'm gonna swap. I'm gonna swap this one. And I'm going to swap it for a... Fuck's sake. Well, swapped it for a 10. I'm going lower than a 10. I can't look. We're going to find out at the same time here. Okay, no, oh my god, thank god. It's an 8. It is lower. But also, why did I use that swap? Oh man. 8 is probably worse. Higher or lower than an 8. Oh no, I've got daiquiri all over that card. Never mind. If I lose, I'm throwing that card out. Just that one card. I'm throwing it out. I can't read 10 books at once. I can't do it. I can't physically do it. Not with everything else, and I've still got 2 rounds to go. And anything could come up in those rounds as well. What if it's like the entire Throne of Glass series, huh? Did you ever think about that? I'm gonna say... oh no, I don't know. Lower. I'm gonna say lower. Okay, I'm gonna say lower. No! Shit! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, fuck. I do have a life. Should I use my life on this and read Bridge of Souls? Because 10 Demon Arta books? No, I can't do that. I want to make a rule where I can't use my life if it's on the last card. Why am I being horrible to myself? I'm reading the entire Demon Arta series in April. Fuck. Maybe I'll read all of these for Readathon. Oh no. Right, that's quite a lot of high cards that I've discarded now. So maybe the rest of them are going to be quite high. No, the ones in the pile that I'm using will be low numbers. So that's what I'm trying to think about. Okay, round 3 of 4. I can't believe we're only on round fucking 3. I've completely changed now what I was going to pick for these books, and I need all the help I can get, so I'm going to pick a middle grade graphic novel, The Witch Boy, by Molly Knox Ostertag. I believe this one is about a boy who really wants to be a witch, but boys are only allowed to be shapeshifters and girls are witches. There's no exceptions. However, our main character really wants to be a witch. That is the middle grade graphic novel I'm picking just to help me the fuck out, because oh my god. Let's see what we're going to be up against. Not too bad. The Amber Spyglass. This is a book that I started to read back in January 2020. It was on my TBR, but I wasn't the biggest fan of The Subtle Knife, so I ended up really trying to force myself to read this one, and I just couldn't. I have wanted to finish off the His Dark Materials series, so maybe this is a good thing, but also I'm reading the Demon Arta in frickin' April, so we want to win this. This pile is getting smaller and smaller, so let's hope I've got enough for the next 2 rounds. Oh, God. Okay, right. Let's play the game. The first card is a 6. Shit. I do still have a life. I do still have a life, don't forget that. I can't use it if I get to that card. That is my new rule, because if I lose a round and then I say, oh no, I'm using my life, I win this round, that's just a bit of a cheat. So if I'm using a life, it has to be before then, okay? So higher or lower than a 6. I'm going to swap it, because I do not like a 6 being there. So I'm swapping it for, I genuinely don't think I'm going to have enough for the next round. I'm gonna have to shuffle all the cards together again. Okay, swapping the 6 for an 8. Oh shit in hell. I lost to an 8 before. I lost to an 8 before. Remember that? Higher or lower than an 8. The last time it was higher, but I do think I've discarded a lot of low cards, so maybe higher again. Should I go higher? Because that's what I did the last time. No, I went lower last time and I lost. I'm gonna say higher. No, oh my god. Why is this so hard? I want to say higher. I want to say higher than an 8. No. Yeah. No. Oh my god. Higher. I want to say higher. Fuck! I'm using a life. I'm sorry, I really want to read a middle grade graphic novel, so I'm using my life. I'm using my life now. And I might regret that in the last round, but you're only here once. So, right. Higher than a 3. I'm going higher than a 3. Oh, yay, it's a joker. We finally got a joker. So that means it can be the highest and the lowest. So it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say higher and it's going to be right. If I say lower, it's right anyway. So it's great. It's great. So higher. A 2. Oh my god, this has worked out perfectly. So I'm going to say higher than a 2. Unless it's an ace. I'm saying higher. 6! Yay! We won another one! And it took a swap and a life to win it! Which means I've won 20 overall games since the last time the board got wiped clean. However, I'm not going to use my positive rule until next month. Otherwise, it's just made this entire game redundant, and we're not about that. I've decided to pick El Defo by CC Bell, and this one is about a young girl who wears a hearing aid, and she finds out that she has this superpower of being able to hear people from far away. So, I mean, that's all I pretty much know about it, and again, it's another graphic novel, so we are reading that in April, because we are manifesting that. Because I did ask my patrons what they would like to see me read in April, and they mentioned a little something called Infinity Reaper by Adam Silvera. Now, if you remember correctly, I really did not like Infinity Sun, and in fact it was one of the worst books I read last year. I'm going to say if I can get hold of that one, either via audiobook, Kindle, you know, something really cheap so that I don't have to, like, pay for it, because it's not a book that I want to read at all. I can't tell you what Infinity Reaper is going to be about because it's just a sequel to the Infinity Sun book. I don't really care, to be honest. But I do not want to read that one at all. At all. We have to win. Right, time to play the final round of Play Your TBR Right, April edition. The first card we're playing with is a 9. Swap. We're swapping that bad boy. And we'll swap the 9 for a 4. Okay, that's a lot better. A lot better. So, I'm going to say higher than a 4. No, I can't grab it. I can't grab it. No, I can. Did I say higher? I did! Oh my god, it won! Yes! Okay, it's a 6. It's a 6. I had to double check there because during my Patreon live show, I said higher or lower, and I thought I was right, but actually I was wrong. And all my patrons were like, Gav, you got it wrong. And I was like, oh shit, I did. So I had to double check that. Okay, so, oh crap, I can't swap a 6. But higher or lower than a 6, higher or lower than a 6. That's one of the worst numbers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know what? Okay, I'm saying, what did I say before? Did I say that I'd taken out a lot of the high cards so there'll only be low cards left? Or the other way around? I've already forgotten. And I made that rule to help me out, so I could strategize, and I've already forgotten. Is it the other way around? I'm gonna say higher. I'm gonna say higher. Yeah, I'm gonna say higher. Yes! Yes! Yes, okay, it is higher, but it's a 7. And we don't like 7. I mean, 7's my favourite number, but we don't like 7s in this game. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna say higher? Lower? Lower? I'm gonna say lower. I'm gonna say lower than a 7. I'm gonna say lower. Shit! I'm using my life. Okay. I'm using my life. So that's my life gone, which is fine because this was the last time I could have used it anyway. Or did I use it in the last round? No, I wasn't allowed to. This is why I'm terrible at remembering stuff. Hi there, Editing Gav here. Now, you may be watching this thinking, Gavin, you've already used your life. What the fuck? Obviously, filming Gav was a little bit too tipsy to realise that he does not have a life left. However, we're going to continue to watch this dumbass play this game. Okay, oh my god, okay, it's quite high, so I'm going to say lower, but I have no life, and if this is a queen or a king, I'm fucked, okay? I'm going to say lower than a jack. Oh no! Oh no! No. No. Oh god, okay, I am saying, oh no, what if it's a, oh man. Okay, the card is, and it has to be not a king or a queen. No! A moment of silence, please. A moment of fucking silence. We're not going to breadsticks. Fucking hell. Oh, okay. So, I won 2 rounds. But it was a struggle, and I lost 2 rounds. But it does mean that we are wiping the slate clean for next month. We're starting from scratch. We're going to have 0 wins and 0 losses. So I don't have to play the punishment pyramid this time round. I'm reading Infinity fucking Reaper, aren't I? I genuinely thought having a cocktail would help me with this. That was Play Your TBR Right. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And do let me know in the comments what you're reading in April. I would really love to know because No doubt it'll be a lot less than mine. I can't even hold all of that up. We also have Emperor the Vampire as well. 2024. We have 24 books on my TBR this month. Please think of me throughout the entire month of April. Make sure I'm doing okay, because... And I will see you in the next video. Bye.